hello, Monday, June 13th. One thing I wanted to get out of the way right now is that the Jupiter retrograde that I was talking about for a while there is July 29th. As I did say, but I said it was in Pisces, and it's actually in Aries for much of the time. Then slips into Pisces at 28th, and that casts a whole different atmosphere about what it means for quite a while. So, considering I got it off some other retrogrades website that said Pisces and didn't say Aries, I will definitely talk about what that means as we go into July 29th, is that transits on through Aries and how come that is different and why some things have changed a little bit on some level. So yeah, and in the meantime, we are looking at the new moon, the full moon, this Monday, June 13th, is going to be in the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius independence. So we might be looking at something like Sagittarius is the philosopher, the truth seeker too. So what would imply, if you have a full moon, is the moon's coming around peaking full circle for something is hitting those heights, that escalated quickly. And guess what escalated quickly is the ability to see things through open eyes, honest eyes. Like, lots of us have needed that and been looking for that, and right now is the time that we have a really beautiful sort of peak set of conditions for revealings and things that we've needed to maybe face in ourselves to live better and be better people. So now is the time that has really great access available to us. And within, you might say, within every little lie, like Hollywood does, there's truth. Like, there's truth within Hollywood stories, and in every truth there's some lie. So I would say, like, a big potent part of this full moon Sagittarius is about, and just the honesty, speaking of the honesty, so we can face certain truths within that will project outward, and certain truths about the external, like existentialist, and whatever our philosophies may be that we're going through, whatever archetypes we may be sorting ourselves out through, is juxtaposing those things to where, in honest light, we can say, yeah, okay, I'm procuring the bits of truth that were scattered through what was going on before, that was experiencing, prone to like some deceptions, and then vice versa. Okay, I'm experiencing how I thought maybe I was on the right path, and what's this, I thought I was mostly living in something that was authentic, but now what I want to do is procure where I can improve on those little bits and pieces that, like, almost like I said in the other video, are sort of like fissures. I want to improve on those fault lines, or those fissures, to procure an even better authenticness and truth in what otherwise might be little deceptions, little tricks that I've been allowing for a little while, and saying, well, I'll let that go, or something like that. Those little white lies we tell ourselves, sort of, in a way, in order to get to the next day better. You might say something kind of like that. You can just, if you get the gist of what I'm saying, take that, and you can take that and say, okay, I know how that would apply to my life. So, and that's another thing about the full moon in Sagittarius too, is I'm giving you sort of that vague headroom a little bit, because Sagittarius is about independence, and that's all you need right now. That's all you need, and you can be like, okay, I got it, so I will take it from there. And that's very much in the vein of, like, a full moon Sag. So I want to say, yeah, that would be really important to this whole thing. And I'm going to keep this a really short one, and I'll come back to more stuff later on. But this is a nice little concise picture to let you know some thoughts or feelings about that full moon in Sagittarius. And some of the other stuff I was bringing up about the moon being the revealer and stuff. So this has to do with truth seeking. And again, just planting the seeds of truth in what otherwise might be a bed of just what might feel like mind tricks or something. Or if not mind tricks, maybe mind tricks, head games, what have you. Maybe if some of you out there can be honest enough and say, on some level, I've been the head gamer. Or I've almost sort of tossed people into, I've been the little dungeon master for some, you know what I mean? I've been tossing people into my dungeon master games or something like that for a little while there. Or just I've allowed people to do that to me in order to feel like I'm getting along better and can like sort of progress better. So you see, that's what, and then you might be in a bed of like mostly truth, mostly authentic, and you're living authentically. You're seeking the way truth in life and just exuding it like we talked about as best you can. Yet at the same time, just stuff that's gotten in through those fissures, those fault lines, vulnerabilities to where it's replicated in that. So, and you want to deal with that now. You want to possibly pull seeds of truth out of fissures of deception and close down seeds of deception from taking her in what has been well planted and planned out. What's the word? Like, not cultivated, like rototilled, just the fertile soil of, you might say, your heart or something like that. You know, you're just your reality of the field that you're mostly inhabiting right now. You would want to definitely close down right now. Speaking of closing down doors, was something we talked about. Close down the doors of deception now before they can take root, and you can more better establish your seed of authentic, seed of truth, as you are, you know, the way, truth, life, seeking to be and inhabit fully. So, and that takes honesty, that takes an honest light. So look through that honest light and just keep your philosophies that you live, your psychologies that you manifest here, keep it just as high and peak as you possibly can. So right now, because that's what's going to get you through a lot of this other stuff that we've been talking about with the Saturn retrograde and this, that, and the other. And then this that is coming up, the Jupiter retrograde, which is July 29th, and in Pisces. So the fact that it will be in Pisces till October, that would mean, and we can talk about this more later on, is just that it would be it's going to be a much more aggressive, it's going to be more aggressive. Because Jupiter is going to be inflating off the charts. Inflation, exaggeration, just way excesses. And the signs just like, boom, go. And I know that as a Mercury in Aries, boom, go. You know, I can talk. Once I start talking about something I know about, I can just, boom, go, you know, and we're off to the horse races, essentially. So, now when you take that, when it comes to a Jupiter in retrograde, where it's just inflate, including sense of ego or narcissism, potentially, you're talking about something else than Jupiter retrograde in Pisces. So, especially when it comes to just aggression and going or utilizing to rather than like a Jupiter in retrograde in Pisces wouldn't be so much about the spotlight, whereas a Jupiter retrograde in the sign of Aries is going to be a lot more about the spotlight and blazing the center stage as much as possible and being the hero to the nth degree, being, you know, number one to the nth degree almost, whereas Pisces is not about being number one. They are the last sign. They are more about being a bit more laid back and go with the flow they're not going to be the leader type, whereas Aries come around full circle, that's the leader of that zodiac. You know, just like the first house is an analogy with Aries, and we lead with the first house. That's our first foot. That's how people interact with us on our first mask that we sort of project to buffer a bit of our softer core inside, so people just can't access that automatically right off the start right away. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this quicker upload, and enjoy the full moon. Take care.